folks, it's Sibo here from Thundermist Lure Company. It is great to see you and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And if you're tuning in for the very first time, by all means feel free to subscribe. We have got a great family of subscribers. And for that matter, if you're new to fishing and you're thinking about getting into it, by all means get a line wet and enjoy this great sport of fishing that we have. Like Catherine, who wrote in recently and said that her mother Carol has just gotten into fishing and she is loving it. That is so great to hear, and I encourage more and more people to get out there, enjoy the great outdoors, get some fresh air, a little bit of exercise, and who knows, maybe catch a fish, and why not? And today, folks, that's what we're hoping to do. We're out here at Lake Ontario. I am running the American Smelt, and what I did is I've got my first one hooked up here, and I'm running the gold, and I'm going to get a second line out there with the silver purple. Now, I opened up with the gold because the water's really murky today. We've had a lot of winds here in October. We got some wind here today, and there's a storm coming tomorrow. So I've opened up with the gold, but like I said, I'm going to run two lines. I'm going to get the silver purple out on the other side there. And all we're going to do today, folks, very, very simple, flat line trolling. Speaking of people wanting to get into fishing, it's a great way to introduce people to fishing because it's very simple. You just snap on your lure, get it out there, and just keep your rod tip down and a nice slow troll, and away you go. And right now we're trolling at 1.5, 2 miles an hour. We're in 20 to 26 feet of water. We're going to work this area looking for maybe a bass or a walleye. A bonus trout would be great. It's late October. Don't think the salmon are still around, but certainly the trout are, maybe a brown or a rainbow. We'll see how it goes. But right now we're going to cover some water. Let me get that other line in. So glad you could join me. There we go. There we go. There's a nice hit. Let's just shut that motor down. So the first one to hit was the gold. The gold is struck first, folks. Okay. He gave me a nice bite. Now he hasn't broke surface yet. My other line is still in the water. I probably should have brought it in. So hopefully I won't get tangled up here. But we'll see how it goes. It might be a bass, but he hasn't jumped yet. But he's giving me those like smallmouth bass head shakes. But it's so hard to tell. Okay, first fish is always the best. I love it. And I think, oh, is it? Didn't quite get a glimpse of him. It's a long fish, whatever it is. So it's a chance it's a walleye. You know what? It's not. It's a trout. Oh yeah. Folks, it's a nice brown. That's what it is. Oh, it's a beauty. It's a beautiful brown trout. Oh, yes. Look at there. Wow. Nice. Beautiful brown trout. Hit the gold. That's why he gave me those head shakes. Look at that. Look at that chunky, healthy fish. Wow, thick. These fish are just gorging themselves out here. Oh my. Okay, we're going to grab a quick photo and we're going to release this fish. Okay, there we go. It was a nice photo op for our Facebook and Instagram friends. But that is one beautiful Lake Ontario brown trout right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice colors on them. Beautiful fish. And we are going to let this fish go. Okay, Mr. Brown wants to go. We'll just give him a minute here in the current. Ready? He's ready. And away he goes. Okay, well, I was wondering which one was going to hit first, the gold or the purple. Both great lures, and it makes for a great day, that's for sure. I need to get this line right back out there again. Okay, time to get resituated again. I just brought my gold in. I'm going to put that one back out first. I'm just turning around. I'm going to go right back in there again. We'll get that silver purple wet. And what I want to mention is I'm trolling on this one with the gold. I've got 100% fluorocarbon line, which is fine to troll with because it's got sensitivity, which you don't need so much when you're trolling, but it's got a little bit of stretch. Not a lot, but a little, and you want some stretch when you're trolling with crankbaits. Otherwise, monofilament would have also been a very, very good choice. Now on the other rod, I'm actually running braided line, which isn't the greatest for trolling, but I've got a longer leader on there, and what the braid does The braid will get me down a little bit deeper. These American Smelt crankbaits will dive 20 feet with no problem, but with that thin braided line, they'll actually dive a little bit deeper. But if you're using braid when you're trolling, you've got to just make sure you hesitate and just take it easy on the hook set, because there is absolutely no stretch, and you run the risk of pulling that lure right out of the fish's mouth. So braided line, extra careful. Mono or fluoro, you can give a nice hook set and away you go. And that's what I'm hoping to do right now. I'm trolling at 1.5, 2 mile an hour. Okay, guess what? Now the silver purple has struck. So my gold is still out there. Hopefully I don't get tangled up in it. But the silver purple has struck, and he gave me a good bite. I don't feel the head shakes like that last brown trout. It's coming in more like a walleye. Well, we shall see. I've got a number of walleye on this silver purple on Lake Erie. See how it does here on Lake Ontario. And that gold, I really like the gold on these murky water conditions. Or if you're in that tea-stained water up in cottage country, that gold really reflects really nicely under those conditions as well. Okay, it's got a little bit of weight to him. By the way, the water temperature, if I haven't mentioned it, is 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So the water is just a little bit warmer, I'm going to say, than normal, because this October has been relatively warm. Okay, he's starting to peel some drag, so this could be very interesting. Who knows, it might be another trout. You just never know. Okay, my net is handy. Oh, I see another long fish again. Oh, it's a nice walleye. Like I said, this silver purple has caught me a lot of walleye, Lake Erie. And that is one nice chunky walleye right there. Beautiful. Isn't that a nice fish, folks? Look at there. And let's get him out. That's a nice walleye. Oh, look at that. Just came off. Isn't that nice? Look at that walleye. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Oh boy. Isn't that nice? Oops, that's it. That's what I wanted to do anyhow, but not quite in that manner. But he's released regardless. So it looks like I'm getting myself a mixed bag of fish today, folks. That's the beautiful thing about October. There's so many different fish to be caught, whether you're fishing from shore or from a boat like I am today. But the main thing is, if you haven't been out lately, get on out there. The leaves are changing color, the weather is nice and crisp, just dress a little warmer, and you can have some great days on the water like I'm having today. Or if you're thinking about fishing and you want to get into it, as Carol has recently, go on. There's no time like the present. Get a line wet, you'll have some fun. I'm sure having fun. And I'm also so glad that you're able to join me on today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing. Time to fire up and get right back out there again. Love it.